Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 15, Chapter 9, The Flowers That God Loves, Part 2 of 2. With truthful thoughts, man will have peace. The fifth is the flower of Shanti, Shanti Pushpam. This flower of peace should not be interpreted to mean that you should be silent, whosoever is attacking you, or whosoever is blaming you. It is not that. If you are unmoved and unperturbed in spite of anyone finding faults in you, this can be called real Shanti. If you can fill your heart with love, then peace will come into you from outside. Through bad qualities, to some extent, we lose peace. With truthful thoughts, a man will have peace, but with untruthful thoughts, a man will not have peace. If you can get rid of all your thoughts, you will become a saint. It is only when you can be free from all thoughts that you can have total peace. Your own bad thoughts are responsible for all your pain and sorrow. By good thoughts and by good deeds, you will become a sadhu. Sadhu does not mean one who merely wears an orange robe, shaves his head, and wears rudrakshas, holy beads. He who has good thoughts and good ideas is a sadhu. A sadhu is one who is a Satya Sankalpa Swarupa, embodiment of truthful thoughts. In the state of peace, human nature will be like the unruffled water surface. If there is water in a vessel, you will find there are ripples on account of the wind. Your reflection will also be disturbed on the surface of the water. On an impure surface, our reflection is also impure. On a clear surface of water, our reflection is also as clear. In the same manner, although the basic truth is only one, whenever reflection takes place in a mind which is full of tamoguna, materialism, you will find there is impurity in the image. If the reflection takes place in the mind of a rajoguna, egoism, that will be called avidya, lack of knowledge. On the other hand, if the reflection takes place in a sattvic, balanced mind, that will be called maya, mere appearance. Ishvara, God, has maya as his robe. The reflection in rajoguna is individual, and that in tamoguna is creation, while the basic truth is one. Yet the three reflections, creation, jiva, and maya, are not different from the basic truth. We should make an attempt to recognize the nature of the basic truth. We take a fruit, even if it be a neem fruit. When it becomes fully ripe, it becomes sweet. When you attain the totality of peace, only then you find the sweetness of it. The flowers of penance and meditation. The sixth one is the flower of tapas, tapas pushpam. Tapas, penance, does not mean you give up on your wife and children, go to a forest, put your head up and feet down. No, that is not tapas. When we think of real tapas, we should abandon bad thoughts from our minds. The coordination of thought, word, and deed is tapas. Whatever thoughts sprout in your mind, to utter them as word and to put them in practice as your work, that is tapas. It is in this context that it is said, manas ekam, vachas ekam, karmanyekam, mahatmanam. That one is a mahatma, great soul, who can coordinate his thought with his word and his word with his deed. Giving up bad thoughts from your mind will become sacrifice. That sacrifice will become yoga. But giving up one's property and one's wife and going to the forest is not yoga. The seventh flower is one of meditation, Dhyana Pushpam. Today, meditation is taking many forms. Many types of meditation that people are adopting are against the culture and tradition of Bharat. To sit in Padmasana, lotus posture, and to make the Kundalini Shakti rise from the Mooladhara, basal plexus, to Sahasrara, the cranium, is not dhyana. True dhyana consists in recognizing the presence of God in all types of work. God is Sarvantaryami, Sarvabhuta Antaratma, and Sarva Vyapti, the indweller of all. To make an attempt in your dhyana to confine him, God, to one place which you choose cannot be dhyana. The flower of truth is the form of divinity. When you are driving in a car, the car is your God. When you are doing business in a market, the market is your God. According to the culture of Bharat, we first make obeisance to the work which we have to do. Before we undertake to do any work, we should regard that work as God. Tasmai Namaha Karmanye. That is what the Upanishads are teaching us. The work I have to do, I regard as God and make obeisance to God in that form. Let us see the person who plays on the tabla. Before he begins to play on it, he pays obeisance to the tabla. The harmonium player will make obeisance to the harmonium before he starts. A dancer, before she begins her dance, will make obeisance to her gungru, dancer's anklet. Even a driver who is going to a drive in a lifeless car, before he holds the steering wheel, makes namaskar to the steering wheel. You do not have to go so far. While driving, if the car hits another person, immediately we make namaskar to that person. The significance of all of this is that faith and belief that God is present in all things. Thus, to regard the entire creation as the form of God and to perform your duty in that spirit is meditation. The next flower is Satya, truth. If you simply speak what you feel and tell what you have done, this can be called Laukika Satyam, worldly truth. This cannot be called truth. Truth is that which does not change at any time. What you have seen is truth at the moment. At the next moment, it becomes untruth. All material things which you can see in this creation are things which will decay, which are bound to change. In this transient, changing world, how can what you see and what you hear become truth? Truth is God. This truth is the eighth flower. This truth is the form of divinity. In the world, we experience truths in a relative nature. Let us take chemistry as an example. You take some chemicals and mix them together. They change and you get some other chemical. If you mix turmeric and lime, you get red color. This is chemistry. You take physics. If you take a 3-inch needle and put it in fire, it will become a longer needle. This is the truth of physics. How long do these truths of chemistry and physics remain? They are temporary, worldly, scientific truths. But spiritual truths are such that they will remain unchanged, whatever you may do to them, whatever fire you may use on, and howsoever you may change the circumstances. So whatever does not at all change is truth. Cruelty and harshness are predominant in the world today because we are not attempting to promote such sacred qualities. Today, among believers, non-believers, and the believing, the same kind of attitude is developing. That day, when we can promote such good qualities, in the minds of the believers, then the non-believers will disappear from this world. Recognize society as a form of God. We must try to rise to higher stages from natural devotion through para-bhakti. Although 12 years have elapsed since the establishment of Dharmakshetra, with having the chance of rising higher and higher in the manner now described, remaining stationary in the same position, you are feeling much disappointment. Perform your bhajans, perform your pujas, but when you enter society, recognize society as a form of God. Recognize what exists as omnipresence in society and thereby acquire good qualities in serving society. Forget the agitations in the world. Then you can have peace and enjoy bliss. If you develop an idea that God, who is omnipresent and is in entire creation and the universe, is confined in a picture which is 3 inches by 4 inches, you are narrowing your conception of God. Broadening your heart and making it bigger and bigger, you should make it as big as God Himself. If you look at a balloon, in the initial stage it is flat. If you go on blowing air into it, it will go on bigger and bigger, and at one stage it will burst. Though beginning with the ideas of I and mine, if you ultimately move on to the place that all are mine and all are one, gradually you will become broader in your vision, and you will burst and merge into God, who is omnipresent. You should recognize the truth that man's life should consist of making the journey from the position of I to the position of we. If all the time you simply sit in the place of I, you will remain where you are. This creation is like the bridge which connects man with God. I is one hill. God is another hill. The bridge between the two is the aspect of creation. If you break and destroy the bridge, you can never reach the destination. I am hoping that you plunge into society and do service to society, and thereby use the bridge to reach God. End of Part 2 of 2. Dharmakshetra, May 12, 1981. You may say that progress is possible only through my grace, but though my heart is soft as butter, it melts only when there is some warmth in your prayer. Sri Sathya Sai Baba.